Welcome to USA Trending Update. I am Papu, and today we bring you an in-depth news report on a performance that has resonated far beyond the scoreboard. A story of resilience, grit, and competitive spirit that continues to define one of the most compelling young figures in women's tennis. This is the story of Alex Eala, an athlete whose ASB Classic campaign may have ended earlier than hoped, but whose courage in the face of physical adversity has strengthened her growing reputation as an absolute fighter on the global stage. Alex Eala arrived at the ASB Classic, carrying both momentum and expectation. Over the past year, her steady climb through professional tennis has been marked by disciplined improvement, fearless shot-making, and a mentality that refuses to yield even when circumstances turn unforgiving. The ASB Classic, a crucial lead-up event to the Australian Open, represented another opportunity for Eala to test herself against top-tier competition, refine her match toughness, and continue the transition from promising talent to established contender. What unfolded, however, was not simply a tennis match, but a narrative shaped by physical pain, mental endurance, and the kind of resolve that separates competitors from true fighters. From the opening moments of her match, it was clear that something was not entirely right. Observers noted subtle changes in Eala's movement, a slight hesitation during extended rallies, and moments where she paused longer than usual between points. Still, there was no outward sign of surrender. Instead, Eala pressed forward with the same intensity that has become her trademark. Each forehand swing carried intent. Each sprint toward a drop shot reflected commitment, and every point was contested as if it were the most important of her young career. This was not the posture of an athlete looking for an excuse. It was the stance of a competitor determined to fight through discomfort in pursuit of her goals. As the match progressed, the challenge became increasingly evident. Playing through injury at the professional level is a test not only of physical endurance but of strategic decision-making. Every step risks aggravation. Every explosive movement threatens to turn manageable pain into something far more serious. Yet, Eala continued, adjusting her positioning, shortening points where possible, and relying on her tennis IQ to compensate for reduced physical freedom. This adaptability has been one of her most impressive attributes, demonstrating maturity beyond her years and an understanding of the long game within a single match. The ASB Classic exit, while disappointing on paper, revealed a deeper layer of Eala's character. In modern tennis, where schedules are relentless and margins for error are razor-thin, the ability to compete through adversity often becomes a defining chapter in an athlete's development. For Eala, this match served as a reminder to fans and analysts alike that her journey is not built solely on talent, but on resilience forged under pressure. It is this resilience that has earned her increasing respect in locker rooms and among coaching circles worldwide. Throughout the match, Eala's body language spoke volumes. There were moments of visible frustration, yes, but never resignation. Even when points slipped away and momentum favored her opponent, Eala remained engaged, urging herself forward, refusing to mentally Check out. This mental strength is perhaps the most encouraging takeaway from her ASB Classic appearance. Injuries can interrupt progress, but mindset determines how an athlete responds to those interruptions. Eala's response was to compete, to fight, and to leave everything on the court. Fans watching closely could sense the internal battle unfolding. Tennis is often described as a lonely sport, and when injury enters the equation, that loneliness intensifies. There is no teammate to share the burden, no substitution to provide relief. The athlete must make real-time decisions about pain tolerance, risk management, and competitive pride. Eala navigated these decisions with remarkable composure, choosing to honor the competition while listening carefully to her body. That balance is not easily achieved, especially at such an early stage of a professional career. The significance of this moment extends beyond a single tournament. For emerging players like Eala, each match contributes to a growing narrative that shapes how they are perceived by sponsors, tournament directors, and future opponents. An early exit due to injury could easily be framed as a setback, but the manner in which Eala handled the situation reframed it as a statement. She showed that she belongs at this level not just because of her strokes, but because of her courage. Medical considerations are always paramount, and the decision to continue playing is never taken lightly. Sources close to the situation indicate that Eala and her team carefully monitored the injury, ensuring that she did not cross the line between competitive bravery and long-term risk. This responsible approach reflects a professional environment focused on sustainability rather than short-term heroics. It underscores the importance of smart management in building a lasting career, particularly for a player with as much potential as Eala. As the match concluded, and Eala's ASB Classic run came to an end, the applause from spectators carried a tone of respect. Losses are an inevitable part of sport, but not all losses are equal. Some defeats diminish confidence, while others strengthen resolve. This was clearly the latter. Eala walked off the court knowing she had confronted adversity head-on, and that knowledge can be a powerful motivator moving forward. In the broader context of women's tennis, stories like this resonate deeply. The tour is filled with elite athletes pushing their limits, and fans are increasingly drawn to narratives of perseverance rather than perfection. Eala's willingness to battle through injury aligns her with a lineage of competitors who define success not only by trophies but by the courage they display when circumstances are unfavorable. This authenticity strengthens her connection with audiences and enhances her profile as a player to watch. Looking ahead, the focus naturally shifts to recovery and preparation. The tennis calendar leaves little room for prolonged downtime, but proper rehabilitation will be essential in ensuring that Eala can return to full strength. Her team is expected to prioritize health, making strategic decisions about scheduling and workload to protect her long-term prospects. For a player still carving out her place on the tour, these decisions are critical, and early indications suggest that Eala is surrounded by advisors who understand the stakes. The ASB Classic experience may ultimately serve as a valuable lesson. It highlights the unpredictable nature of professional sport where preparation does not always guarantee smooth execution. More importantly, it reinforces the importance of mental resilience as a cornerstone of athletic success. Eala's performance under physical strain provided a glimpse into the competitor she is becoming, one capable of absorbing challenges and emerging stronger. Public reaction following the match has been overwhelmingly supportive. Fans took to social platforms to praise her fighting spirit, acknowledging the difficulty of competing while injured and applauding her refusal to give up. This wave of encouragement reflects the growing fan base that Eala has cultivated through her authenticity and determination. Support of this nature can be a powerful source of motivation, reminding athletes that their efforts are recognized even when results fall short of expectations. Analysts too have noted the significance of Eala's performance. Many point to her tactical adjustments during the match as evidence of a player developing a deeper understanding of professional level tennis. Competing through injury often forces athletes to think differently, to rely less on physical dominance and more on precision, placement, and strategic awareness. These skills, once honed under pressure, can elevate a player's game in the long run. Injury narratives are often framed negatively, but they can also serve as catalysts for growth. For Eala, this moment may mark a turning point in her career, reinforcing the importance of listening to her body while trusting her competitive instincts. The balance between caution and courage is delicate, and learning to navigate it early can pay dividends over time. As the tennis world continues to evolve, young players like Alex Eala represent the future of the sport. Their journeys are shaped not only by victories but by the obstacles they overcome along the way. The ASB Classic exit, though disappointing and isolation, fits into a much larger story of development, resilience, and ambition. It is a reminder that greatness is not built in moments of comfort but in moments of challenge. From a broader perspective, Eala's experience underscores the physical demands placed on modern tennis players. The intensity of the tour requires exceptional conditioning, recovery strategies, and mental fortitude. Athletes are constantly managing their bodies while striving for peak performance, a reality that fans often overlook. Eala's willingness to compete through injury shines a light on this reality, fostering greater appreciation for the sacrifices athletes make in pursuit of excellence. As she moves forward, the lessons learned from Auckland will undoubtedly inform her approach to future competitions. Whether adjusting training methods, refining match strategies, or strengthening mental resilience, every experience contributes to her evolution as a professional. The term absolute fighter is not bestowed lightly, and Eala's performance justified that description. In every sense, the road ahead will present new challenges, but if the ASB Classic demonstrated anything, it is that Alex Eala is prepared to meet them head-on. Her determination, even when physically compromised, signals a competitive spirit that cannot be taught. It is forged through experience, discipline, and an unwavering belief in one's ability to endure. In the end, tennis careers are marathons, not sprints. Each tournament, each match, each setback adds another layer to an athlete's story. For Alex Eala, the ASB Classic exit will be remembered not as a failure, but as a testament to her fighting spirit. It reinforces the idea that progress is not always linear and that true growth often occurs in moments of adversity. As we reflect on this chapter, one thing becomes clear. Alex Eala's journey is still unfolding, and moments like these are shaping her into a competitor capable of sustained success at the highest level. The injury may have halted her run in Auckland, but it did not stop her from making a statement. She competed with heart, intelligence, and courage, qualities that will continue to define her career. This has been Trending Now USA. I am Bella, bringing you the stories that matter beyond the headlines. Alex Eala's ASB Classic campaign may have ended earlier than planned, but her reputation as an absolute fighter has only grown stronger. The tennis world will be watching closely as she recovers, returns, and continues to write her story one match at a